Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Pop Culture Pros proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world, starring Mello and Align, the Four Quarters Show. I am your hostess with the mostest, aka Mr. Swiss Roll, the main event, the showstopper, Mello. And as always, I am joined by my braided brother, the Honduran Thor, the man The Rock is trying to be with his new workouts, Align.
I don't know why I have so many comments to say after every time you do that. I'm still waiting for you to add the fact that I'm also Cuban. I wish you would say the Cuban Captain America or something and the Honduran Thor. That'll be a nice combination. The second thing, I'm impressed on how you haven't forgotten any of that. Your nicknames, my nicknames. And it's been about a month and a half, 2 months since we haven't been on. So thank God we're back, everyone. I hope you guys are excited as we are. We both missed you. We missed doing the podcast. Mostly my fault why we haven't been on. I actually got very sick and had to miss a lot of important things that have happened. But we will recap everything and anything you guys want on this podcast to catch us up with the great sports world this year. What was our last episode, the New Year's Eve one?
It was the New Year's Eve episode. Yep. That was episode 23, and we kick off 2021 with our Kobe episode 24.
24. So that's already good luck as it is. We ended it with our Jordan episode, and now we're kicking it off with our Kobe episode. So thank you all for tuning in. It's going to be a great episode. First one of the year. We are excited. For all you new listeners, this is my part where I explain what this podcast is about. In this new year, we will follow the same concept. We have 4 quarters where Mello and I debate sports. Each quarter consists of 10 to 15 quarter minutes. We also have a halftime and an overtime. Halftime, we discuss bets or gambles that we did about games, and the winner gets a certain title, which is this one. This is the halftime championship. And then during OT, overtime, we discuss any and everything that we want, whether it's media, life, love, movies, anything we want, TV shows. That is the 4 quarter show.
And with that, you just talked about, halftime and championships. Can you refresh our audience that hasn't seen us in so long? Who is the current halftime champion?
So here in the 4 Quarters podcast, we have titles that we can win in this podcast. We have the Thanksgiving title, which is right behind Mello. We also have the Christmas title, which I hold. And those titles are from Thanksgiving football games, and mine is from the Christmas NBA basketball games. And this is the weekly cherished halftime title that I am going to give back to Mello.
To the rightful halftime champion.
Apparently he won it fair and square from the last podcast, but
apparently,
I believe him. I trust him. This year we have more titles coming up. We might have a little pay-per-view title in the works. I know you guys have seen us do special pay-per-view events where we do them live and we discuss them. So hopefully we have a pay-per-view title. And maybe we have another title coming up. We'll see.
Well, you know what? It's 2021. And, this is going to be a big year for the 4 quarter show. And it's a big year for your current halftime champion. And I wanted to create a little magic for this first show.
I don't know what's happening right now.
For this first show. And
what are you doing?
It starts with this belt right here. This belt is cherished. It was, the first holder, the person who's held this championship the most times on record. Go back, watch the footage. And, I kind of feel like I needed to create some magic here. Start 2021 off correctly.
What's happening right now? This is breaking news. He doesn't tell me anything.
If you've seen any other podcasts I've been on, I've kind of teased this. And it's finally about to be revealed.
Here we go. Guys, I don't know what's going on right now.
So right here.
That is our halftime title. I don't know why he's reaching for his book bag. Nice Disney book bag. Show everybody the Disney book bag.
I got Mickey over here. I got all.
Fantasia Disney's the best Mickey, by the way.
So it's going in.
Do you remember? Whoa! What are you doing?
It's going into the bag.
That's going into the Four Quarters Hall of Fame. Not in your book bag.
It's going into the bag. And
are we getting a new title? Oh my God! Vano is crazy.
I am presenting
He has a custom made
the newest
Four Quarters show.
halftime championship title belt. And just for you viewers at home, I'm gonna give you a view of this.
That's
just so you
beautiful.
see it. Undisputed halftime champion. We got the 4 quarter logos here on the side.
Yo,
And
man, that's nice. Yo, look, I'm turning red. This is exciting.
I mean, you're just gonna have to view it from a distance because
Wow, that one's
this
nice.
isn't going
man.
anywhere.
Wow, thank you for doing that. For that's a nice belt for the podcast.
So-
this is more initiative to want to win it every week.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Got the crown here, crowning, everything. Halftime champion right here.
I have so many questions for after the show. That's a nice belt, man.
But yes, so everyone could see, starting 2021 off, hot, fresh, halftime championship belt.
We're going to post that on the podcast, on the Instagram, so you guys can check that belt out. That's a nice belt, dude.
Thank
I
you.
like
thank you, sir.
that.
Thank you, everyone in the comments. Jasmine, Jamal, Kenny, all you guys, especially for liking the belt and tuning in. And with that, I say we kick off
All right,
the
well.
4 quarter show.
Wow, I'm happy. This is a great new year already with a new belt. Man, custom made. You made me want to go splurge on a Christmas belt now, man. You guys, what should we do? A red belt for that one? What should we call it? The Christmas Day belt, the Xmas belt, the Happy Holidays belt. We also have a Thanksgiving belt, the turkey belt. Whatever you guys think. All right, let me put the timer right here on my phone. Let's do 12-minute quarters. Ready? Let's begin. What's the first topic, Mello?
First topic today. I'm pretty sure everyone, whether you watch sports or not, have heard that Tiger Woods this morning got into an accident, a very severe car accident by himself. His car flipped over. They had to extract him through the window. And I believe he's had already surgery on his legs. They said that he shattered his ankle along with other leg fractures. So we wanted to start off with that, wishing Tiger Woods a speedy recovery. And we kind of want to talk about it a little as well, because, I mean, Tiger Woods can be considered the GOAT of golf. At least a lot of people might think that. What do you think, sir?
Oh, you're jumping to straight asking me if he's the GOAT of golf? I'm going to say yes. I do believe he's the GOAT of golf. I will say that. I'm a huge Tiger Woods fan. I feel Tiger Woods was as dominant as Shaq was when he was in his dominant era. I think that's one of the comparisons I can do it, because Tiger was also only really dominant for a decade. And then he had his whole... I don't think there were really issues, That's his private life. I don't think people should rag on him for what was going on. But he was going through his issues, and then after that, it changed everything. There was also a car wreck at that time that caused him to go down. Maybe this car wreck, what thing brings back up? Joke. I wish Tiger Woods well. He is the GOAT of golf. His dominance is it's unheard of the way you would pick Tiger Woods over the field. So I'm going to go with Tiger Woods is the GOAT. The attention he brought, the amazing thing that he did at a time where, there was even more racism than there is now, that he was able to have, people love him from any different race, color, region. You just watch Tiger whenever he was playing. So
I'm going to absolutely agree with you there. I think Tiger is the GOAT, and I'm going to go here with a comment from Germ saying that Tiger Woods had more impact culturally on his sport than any other golfer.
Yeah.
I know growing up, I mean, honestly, all you heard about was Tiger, maybe a little Phil, at least me, myself. And I feel like you never really rooted against Tiger. You kind of wanted him to keep winning and winning and winning. He was one of those guys that you really didn't want to lose. Like, if I compare him to LeBron, a lot of people want LeBron to lose, But if I compare, and Brady as well. But for Tiger, I feel like he was so beloved. And like you said, yeah, I don't feel like you could hold everything that happened between, his personal life against him. As a golfer, he went out there. he did his job and he did it well. So I think, yeah, he can easily be considered the GOAT. As of right now, no one has had so many dominant years as him since Jack Nicklaus. And that's about it.
I mean, some might not be a popular opinion, but Jack Nicklaus, you could see it as he's kind of like Bill Russell. Only because you have the most championships doesn't make you the greatest of all time. You got to look at the competition level. You got to see where things were happening at that time. And not to take anything away from Jack Nicklaus, he is for sure number 2. I don't think Bill Russell is anybody's top 5 list whenever you hear top list, but Jack Nicklaus definitely is the second best golfer of all time. But Tiger Woods' dominance on the field, how people even to this day, if he's on the field, people are like, Tiger's there? I think he has a chance. And from someone who got to witness Tiger 2 years ago at a FedEx Open in San Diego, the Torrey Pines course, beautiful course. I got to watch him. And this is just a Tiger out of his prime, and he still had hundreds of people following him. I saw Iguodala going crazy following him. I swear, I saw Iguodala just with a smile on his face. I see everyone following Tiger Woods, and this isn't even prime Tiger Woods. I can't imagine how crazy it was when he was in his prime. But I will say I recommend everybody to watch the Tiger Woods documentary that's on HBO now. HBO Max. I would say HBO now as in like it's on now. It used to be called HBO now. Yeah, so HBO Max, tune into that. It's an amazing documentary that explained a lot of things, his childhood and things he went through, what caused him to possibly be a certain way, and you just see his dominance. Whether you weren't aware of it, you can see in the documentary.
All right. So with that, there has been a lot of comparisons to another great player that a little bit over a year ago tragically passed away, and that is none other than Kobe Bryant. Do you think the comparisons are okay, or how do you feel about that? Like the two situations?
I don't know. At first, when I saw it, I kind of went through I'm offended mode. I don't know if we're all programmed that way. I just kind of went to, it didn't really sit right with me. I don't think you should compare the accidents. His was a very tragic death, and we're not really sure what's happening with Tiger right now. And I don't think to bring up, because it wasn't kind of the same location. It wasn't both in Los Angeles, and it just didn't fit. It didn't sit right, listening to the whole Kobe thing when we're talking about Tiger's thing right now. And to talk about Kobe is just, I guess maybe it still hurts me because he was one of my favorite players growing up, and it still hurts hearing that he passed away. But I didn't like the comparison, but I don't. There's not a problem with it. I don't see now that I had time for it to marinate and listen to it. I don't think it's really a problem. They're two great athletes. So all you can do is, Tiger would be missed and loved if anything were to happen. Hopefully nothing does and he recovers. So,
yeah, absolutely. I think it just shows, man, how it's. I mean, I've thought about it too. It's been only a little bit over a year, and Kobe's death is still mind-boggling. Like I remember when I first heard it. I don't think we ever got to talk about it on the show, but it was something that just struck me. I was like, this can't be real. Like, no, someone's probably like making this up. It's one of those like Twitter hoax things, and it wasn't. And then you just continue hearing like what happened. He was with his daughter, and all those other families, and it was tragic. So I don't think maybe it should be compared to Tiger's thing. Yes, it is a scary situation. We still don't really know what caused the accident and how it happened. From what they said, that there was no impairment, but I think you shouldn't compare it so early because
Tiger's accident.
Yeah, Tiger's accident. If something is a little fishy, then you're gonna kind of look silly comparing it.
In the morning. Was he going to work or was he coming back from work? You know what I'm saying? Bad guy, bad joke. We just need to stop with the jokes. I really hope that guy, man, he recovers and he comes back. He's had the back issues. He's had so many issues. Just the force of the way he hits a golf ball is incredible. Though that first decade, how he would hit it with such force, and he would just rip the ball and just put it wherever he wanted. And you've noticed the past couple years, he's had to work on that and not hit it with such force because it was bad on his back. It was killing his knees. When he won the Masters with a dislocated knee, was it the Masters or was it another tournament? I'll never forget that.
It was the Masters.
He won that thing with a I don't know if it was a torn ACL, but his knee gave out and he still went in there, won it like a champ. That is one of the most I am never going to give up moments where you just watch them and it just inspires you.
You're absolutely right. The thing depending, because like I said, we haven't gotten too much information, just that he broke his ankle. and fractured a lot of his part of his leg. We could be seeing this could be the end of Tiger's career. This can easily be set, and it's just sudden. Like
I know
it wasn't like he didn't go out on his own terms.
He's gonna try to come back. I should say this is definitely something that I feel someone as competitive as him is gonna want to come back and come back with a force. So
absolutely, and I'm sure that he would want to go out on his own terms. So it'd be extremely tragic if this is the end.
Yeah.
Hope again. We're wishing him safe prayers.
End of his career. Thank you so much. Let's look at some of the comments right now. We have people welcoming us back. It's been a long time. Glad that we're finally here talking sports. Tim, thank you for
Timmy.
tuning in. I see.
That he's the GOAT for sure.
Yes. No, I like the comment after the while driving has always been the worst part of his games.
I like the two similarities there.
That was a good one.
And boss, thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for tuning in. We're so happy to be back.
Absolutely.
But going back to Kobe and how he made those free throws with his torn Achilles, it's just something that when you're one of the best in the world, you want to come back and fight and show people what you have, and that's what I think Tiger is going to want to do. And it might light a fire under him. Golf is one of the most difficult sports to play as far as being mentally ready. If you have not played golf, try to go play an 18-hole game of golf, and you can play 2 holes where you're just on fire and feeling so happy, and then that third hole can come and the ball goes some other way, and the next thing you know, you're hitting the club to the floor and you're just frustrated. So golf is just a really big mental game, and Tiger was that dominating decade where he was just murdering people, left and right, winning tournaments where people would have these huge leads and he would just come back out of nowhere, and it was just incredible. It was incredible.
It absolutely was. I think, like I said, there's no comparison to him right now. Growing up, at least in golf, there's nothing. You can McIlroy, Mickelson is probably maybe the second one that you might think of, but besides that, man, Tiger's just one of a kind. You watch him and you're just like, wow.
What's your favorite Kobe Bryant moment, if you could think of it?
Ooh.
I know hitting the 60 on his last game comes to mind. His shooting percentage was atrocious, but the fact that he was
60.
his last game ever and he was able to drop 60 to me is still incredible to this day.
I think that one and him scoring 81 is another one, but the one I remember, and it was because it kind of hurt, but you kind of had to be like, damn, Kobe Bryant is just unreal. I would have to say is when they were playing the Miami Heat, believe they were down 2, and Kobe just puts up a prayer over Dwayne Wade and banks it in to win the game, a 3-pointer.
Yeah,
and I just remember being like, oh, I can't believe we just lost this game. But at the same time being like, gosh, man, it's Kobe Bryant. Like, that's just incredible.
It's a shame Kobe and Shaq didn't stay together. It's one of those duels, they could have won not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. They could have kept playing and just winning championships, man. But it's that's how you know it's 2 dominant players, when they both separate and they both go their own separate ways and win championships. Both went along to win championships, and both can say, look, it was both of us. So that was pretty awesome. I'm still waiting for Kyrie to do it. So you
won't have to wait too long.
Oh, and look who he had to join. You have to join literally a super team. There needs to be a new term. There needs to be a new term for this. This is ridiculous. So our well wishes to Tiger Woods and his family. I hope he gets better soon. It's something that we're all gonna pray for. I know he has a rough history that people like to talk about, but at the end of the day, this is a sports podcast, and all love to Tiger.
Absolutely.
And that is the end of the first quarter. Ooh. We still got it, bro. We still got it. We never lost it.
It feels good.
It never went away. This is going to be a good year. We got the new belt. Still haven't got to hold it.
And who knows? I mean, you might not hold it this year either. So, might just be continue my longest reigning championship.
All right. Man's about to lose it already. All right, let's get the second quarter going. This second quarter should be fun. What do we got?
Quarter number 2, we're going to talk about NBA. What's going on now. And today, they announced who the NBA All-Star reserves are going to be in the All-Star game. Before we get to them, though, we're going to talk about who was first in the starters. So I'll name off the East and the West, and then we'll do one conference at a time. So we'll start off with the Eastern Conference. We have Kevin Durant, who is the East captain. We have Joel Embiid, Bradley Beal, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Katie's Biffle, the man who's gonna lead them to a championship, Kyrie Irving. Do you have any problems with any of those five?
Yeah, you know I have a problem with Kyrie making the first team. I'm sorry, was James Harden not available? Oh wait, he was available. He's not even Kyrie's not even the best point guard in his team. Where he had to.
He's the best shooting guard.
He had to go tap James Harden and make it seem like it was his idea. Kyrie made it seem like he was like, hey, by the way, just so you know, because I know what I'm doing. You should be point guard, James Harden. James Harden's like, I know. James Harden said, I know. I'm going on my James Harden beard to support James Harden being on the first team. This is ridiculous that Kyrie Irving is in the first team. Yes, does he have a great shooting percentage? Yes, is he scoring all these points? Of course. But James Harden is going in there and winning these ball games, almost averaging a triple-dub. Doing work, came into this man's team and took his position. And now you're going to tell me Kyrie made the first team? He took a week off. Kyrie took a week off of basketball. Man, this is ridiculous. James Harden should be in the first team. And this is no disrespect to Kyrie Irving. I'm always going to say that man is a stud. Kyrie can play. He knows he has the dribbles. He can shoot it. And I've never seen anyone take it to the basket the way he does. But he's not a number one. James Harden is the number one, which is why they're on a 5-game win streak. That's my rant.
First off, let's start off with, there's always one leader on the team, right? Looking at this team before the season, now, the leader is still the same person. It is Mr. Kyrie Irving. He's the leader of this team. You're not going to leader. He's the one who says he's the leader.
He is a heist. He's coming with the biggest heist in the NBA. He
is the leader of that team. He's the one that said exactly what you said. He's the one that said, I am the shooting guard.
He's gonna come. Harden, that wasn't his idea. That was Steve Nash and Harden who decided that.
Oh, bro, it was Kyrie who he had to come out and say it at the beginning of the year.
Because it was already so embarrassing. He had to say it
before the season even started. What did he say? Oh my God! What did he say as a leader? If it comes down to the end, bro, I don't mind giving it up to KD.
Ocean's Kyrie, bro.
Are you gonna talk? Are you gonna talk? At the beginning of the year, he went on the podcast with Kevin Durant and said, KD's more clutch than me, or just as clutch as me, and I wouldn't mind passing it to him. Already showing that he's not trying to be selfish. What is he here to do? To win.
That's not exactly what he said.
James Harden comes in, and what happens? He goes, he sees how James playing. They're seeing how they're gonna mesh together, and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna be the shooting guard. You're going to be the point guard. You get your assist and all that. I'll get 37 points a night." He has it. Yes, he took a week off because, he's got to deal with the stuff. It's Kyrie. He had to sage himself up. But either way, he still hasn't missed a beat every single game. And he is definitely a key piece. He has taken Kevin Durant.
He is not the leader of this team.
Who's the leader then?
This guy's Kyrie is a genius. He's gonna come with a heist. He's gonna come with a heist. He might even get an MVP. Genius. He got two of the best players in the NBA. He has 2 MVPs on their knees for him. This is the biggest heist in the NBA. They are on their way to being the East champions and possibly making it to the finals. And it's ridiculous.
There's no way that's a bigger heist than what happened in Golden State when Kevin Durant went over there. There's no way that this is a bigger heist than that. Or when LeBron James came down here.
It's like if Kevin Love would have gotten the MVP. It's like if we call Kevin Love it's like if we give Chris Bosh the MVP in the Heat days. This is exactly what's going to happen.
I'm sorry. It's not a bigger heist.
This is the disrespect.
It's not a bigger heist because they have what everyone likes to say, no bench. So it's not a heist. At least the Warriors had a set team. When LeBron came down here to Miami, there was no other big three. So if anything, those two are bigger heists than whatever happens this year with the Nets.
Kyrie is a stud. He can be the greatest number 2 of all time. and he's doing that right now. I'm not gonna call him a leader, and I'm not gonna call him the MVP of this
Okay,
team.
so then who? So you said James Harden, right?
The
Should've
best
been.
player
James
on this
Harden
team
didn't even start
is
off in the
KD.
East.
KD.
He didn't even start off in the East to get a nomination on the East.
When KD is on the court, man, that because Kyrie's hogging the ball, KD has to go 10 for 13, and he does it. KD is a bucket. It's so confusing.
He absolutely
to me
is.
how he's not getting the ball more. It's ridiculous. And
He doesn't need
he
it,
just
though.
sits there like, yeah, Kyrie, do whatever you want. Everyone's making Kyrie happy. James Harden is trying to make Kyrie happy. Why? This is
the
bonkers
leader.
to me. Bonkers.
Leader Kyrie. You know what? I'm gonna give someone props that they never do. Kyrie learned from the best. He learned from LeBron James how to be a leader. And my favorite thing when they played each other this past weekend was the Lakers had to shoot a technical free throw, and you think, who are they gonna send? Someone who knows how to shoot a free throw good. They send probably the second worst free throw shooter on their team, LeBron James.
At that time, he was the best free throw shooter to shoot at that time.
Caruso was out there.
Caruso averages one free throw a game.
Horton Tucker is also a better free throw shooter.
He shoots like 2 free throws a game.
It doesn't matter.
You realize what you're saying?
Matter.
Of course
this man shoots 70%. That's awful.
It matters.
That's an atrocious free throw.
Of course, it matters how many fields you shoot a game. It goes into the average. Yes, it does.
No, it does. I guarantee if that's BS because I guarantee if Caruso had 10 free throws a game, he's gonna make 9 of them or 8 of them. LeBron James is gonna make 7.
The thing is, we don't know that.
Just because you take more doesn't mean that.
LeBron was the best fitted to shoot that free throw.
That is like saying that because Russell Westbrook takes more free throws, his percentage should be lower. No, it's not because he's a good free throw shooter. LeBron James is not.
At that time, LeBron was the most experienced free throw shooter in the court.
Anyway, Kyrie threw a little jab at him and was like, "Oh, that's your best free throw shooter?" Laughing it up.
Kyrie's finding a team that wants him. What about that jab?
Anyway, we'll move on to
talk about a real deserving first team All Stars.
We'll make it to the West starters now, and we have team captain LeBron James.
Kyrie will be the last selected in the draft for that first round of picks.
That is not even close to being true. He will not.
Kyrie will be the last selected in that round of picks. Yes.
He will not.
Yes, he will.
Well, I'll tell you why. Here are the West starters. We have LeBron James, who's the captain, who just edged out Stephen Curry. And then we have Kawhi. We have the Joker, Jokic.
All makes sense.
And we have the guy that a lot of people don't think should be a starter, and that is Mr. Luka Doncic.
You know what? I think LeBron might go Joker first.
He might.
I feel he
or Embiid. I think he'll go one of those two.
Nah, I think Joker. You like Embiid better than Joker?
Yeah, Embiid I think is having a fantastic.
That's not asked. I said, do you like Embiid? Now who's better?
I do like Embiid more than Joker. I feel like he plays a real big man game.
I don't know.
He's gonna get you 30.
I feel Joker actually takes the points and get hurt.
I've noticed Joker. You're right. That's his biggest thing. But Joker, I feel sometimes disappears.
Last year during the bubble? Oh yeah. While Joker was beating who? Round by round, yeah. Embiid.
Oh, it was just Joker, right? Yeah. It wasn't Jamal Murray.
It was Joker.
It wasn't Murray.
It was Joker.
It was okay.
Well, what about Ben Simmons?
Anthony Davis.
Ben Simmons is an all-star.
We haven't gotten there. Oh, last I checked, Anthony Davis shut down the Joker. So, yeah, later Joker. So you don't have a problem with any of the West starters?
I know that Lillard. It's okay. So who was the toss-up? It was between Lillard, Curry, and Damon, right? Like for the West, those three. I don't have a problem with it. I feel, does Dame deserve it? Yeah, but so does Luka. Luka seems to be more popular worldwide, so I know that's gonna help his votes. But I don't feel. I don't think it's. I don't think it's that crazy or that disrespectful that Lillard didn't make the first team. Is he balling? Absolutely, but unfortunately, he's not in the East to take over Kyrie's spot. You know. Maybe they shouldn't do it by East or West. They should just do it by the best point guards in the league and just rip away the East and West thing. That way we won't have things like Kyrie Irving in the first team. And we'll have Damian Lillard. Kyrie is the 6th best point guard in the league. Point guard. Shooting guard, Kyrie is probably top 3. Point guard in the league? No. I don't know. It doesn't. Okay, actually, Luka's putting up better stats than all 3 of them. As far as rebounds, assists. I don't think points, but he's putting up bigger stats than the other 2. And And Curry's averaging like what 30 points a game, 29. Like it's kind of ridiculous. There's statistically speaking, all three players are playing great. Is the All-Star game most valuable player voting, or is it a putting up stats? Because if it's an MVP, then sure, you can argue Lillard should be there instead of Luka. Because Lillard is what, 4? They're ranked 4 in the West right now without McCollum. So it's impressive what he's doing. And if it's an MVP, then he should be in there. But if it's just by pure stats, it's fine. Like that's not a problem for me.
Okay, so tell me, what would you want? I'm just gonna give you stats. This player averaging 29.8 points a game, 4.3 rebounds, 7.9 assists, field goal percentage, 44%, 3-pointer, 38, right? Versus this player, 28.8 points, 8.6 rebounds a game, 9.3 assists.
That's Luka.
47.4 field goal percentage and 33.3%
That's Luka, ladies and gentlemen. For sure, that's Luka.
Who are you taking?
That guy who just has the second guy.
That's what I'm saying.
I know.
I'm taking Luka over Dame.
That's why I said the MVP and the All-Star thing. Like, is it a stat? Is it most? Is it for best player or is it a most valuable player? And I think the All-Star vote should be the best player. Look, are you in a crappy team? Sure, but are you putting up numbers? Listen.
I still think Luka is the most valuable player to that team. You take Luka out,
I agree, but they're not doing that well. Like they should.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. He hasn't had Porzingis for a lot of games.
I know it's arguable, but sometimes you have guys. Okay, but look, Lillard doesn't have. You know, you're right. But
Lillard's got bailed out by Carmelo Anthony.
When you're that guy, you make it happen, and you could do things. You know, guys like LeBron, Curry's making it happen right now. They're playing pretty well, and he's dismal. Oof. Wow, that was a quick quarter, man.
We didn't get to the reserves. I guess we're gonna have to put that in the next one.
Yeah, we'll talk about reserves in the next one. That's the end of the second quarter. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Us being back in the 4-quarter show. This is exciting, Mello.
Yeah. Before we get to halftime, we're your champion. We're gonna go through some of these comments, and we have Kenny chiming in.
Kenny
saying Luka's the GOAT and the MVP. I wouldn't go that far, but we will be talking about that soon. I picked him for
MVP, right? Yeah, Kenny. Listen, I always agree with you, my man, but he ain't putting up MVP numbers.
Joko.
Well, actually, he's putting up MVP numbers. He's just not acting like an MVP.
And I agree. He is too injured, but this season he's been playing great. He's being managed well, and that's all he has to do.
Luka for president.
And
the Players Association? Nah, CP3's doing it good.
And then here's Steve saying Randall, baby. And that's for the reserves who he definitely deserved that reserve.
Man, I wish I would have kept that thing I sent you where they showed Randall each of his statistics, each of his stats, and he was doing better than all these great players. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 4-quarter show undisputed halftime belt.
Just in case
you all want to take it. And here we have our champion. That's a nice belt, man. How'd you come up with the design? Where'd you go to makeupbelt.com? That's nice, dude.
Makeup belt. I think it was called the Undisputed Belt, since I am the undisputed halftime champion.
Can you customize the color of the belts?
Yes. So, I'll talk to you off the show about another idea for a belt that, might be a little bit more 4-quarter-esque, but, halftime champion.
It's a nice belt.
This is it. So, do you want to go ahead and tell us, what games we are going to be talking about?
Yeah, so we decided the games for this upcoming week, and guess what? We have 5 basketball games. We have one every day till Sunday. That means Wednesday through Sunday. We have each game for each day that me and Mel took a bet on. It's going to be best 3 out of 5 is what we're doing. And the winner gets the new 4-quarter show halftime belt that's on Melo's shoulders right now. So first game Wednesday, Golden State versus the Indiana Pacers. Who you got?
I'm going to go with my boy Kelly Oubre, who's been showing up a little bit more, giving Curry some help.
All right. Funny because I wanted to go with Golden State because of Curry. I don't know why you want to go Oubre, but that's a good pick. I got confidence in Sabonis. Sabonis.
The NBA doesn't apparently.
We'll talk about that after. So here we go now for Thursday. New Orleans versus Milwaukee. The New Orleans Pelicans versus the Milwaukee Bucks. And for that one, you know who I got? I got to go with my boy Zion.
I had a feeling you were.
I have to, because there's no way. Me and Melo are in fantasy basketball this year, so I think we're kind of more having to root for the teams that. I guess you got Chris Middleton on this one.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we do not have him in our fantasy team.
Thank God.
Okay, now. Oh,
but speaking of Zion, before we go over, how did you like that poster he did on Tristan Thompson, making him look like trash?
Listen, but here's the thing. Tristan Thompson is trash. So Zion dugging over him it's like, duh.
But he said
I'm not surprised.
He said he was going to show everyone why he's the best working big man in the league this year.
I know. Yeah, and the Kardashians talk a lot of shit too. So Tristan's just taking that
Tristan
from them.
Thompson, you're trash.
Man, listen. That Anthony Edwards dunk the other day was nasty. That dunk was so nasty that ESPN had to make like dunk specials and reruns of the greatest dunks of all time because his dunk was bad. All right, the next one goes without saying. I already know who you're gonna pick. It's LA Lakers versus Portland Trailblazers. It's your pick. You can pick. Who do you got?
Did you really have to give me that game? I hate both teams.
Really?
Yeah, man. I guess
I pick Lakers. You'll pick the next one. That's fine. You know I was gonna go with the Lakers anyways.
Great. I got Dame Dollar.
Did you want LeBron?
I didn't want either team.
Okay. So here we have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Washington Wizards.
Woo, that's the highlight game of this week.
Who you got? You got.
Ay, caramba.
Are you gonna have to go with Bradley Beal and Westbrook? Unless you think K-Towns. Remember, they don't have Russell.
They have Malik Beasley, who is going to go to jail after this season.
That's insane to me.
I think, I'm going to go with. Although he did screw me in fantasy basketball with Len. So the Washington Wizards.
All right. So you have the Washington Wizards. And on the last game, the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Milwaukee Bucks.
That's going to be a good one.
So who's going to go with the Los Angeles trash? Clippers. Who you got? You got PG? PG's your boy.
I'm going to go with the actually, there's two All-Star duos thinking about it, right? No, there isn't.
No, Chris Middleton didn't do it. Chris Middleton didn't make it.
The snub.
The $140 million man.
I'm going with the All-Star duo. Give me LA. The real team. The team that is going to lose to the Nets.
I couldn't pick them.
You couldn't
I mean, they're the team. I feel they're going to win, but it's not in my heart. I just root against the Clippers. Here we go. Okay, so what do you want? What are we doing? What are we... So we've been working out. We're still on our healthy tip. So I need a low-calorie snack. What do I want? I want a charcuterie board. Bring a little cheese. Bring a little sausages or whatever comes in a charcuterie board that you want to do. Just don't. You better not open up Lunchables and put them on a cheese thing and some hams.
Hey, that should count.
That was my joke this weekend. I thought it was a funny joke. I'm like, you spend how much on a charcuterie board? I would have just fucking opened up a bunch of Lunchables and just put the cheese and crackers and ham all over. But
let's be real, charcuterie board is just the grown-ups Lunchable.
Exactly, that's why. So bring one of those it's a little healthy.
I'm gonna say
and fit wine.
Any fit wine?
Any fit wine. Yeah, I'll let you do that one. I like white wine. Just let that sink in. But any fit wine that you find. What do you want?
You know what? I'm gonna second both of your things, just to make it easier for, purposes of working out and all this other stuff we're doing. So charcuterie board for whoever wins, and the fit wine.
Okay, we're doing the same thing.
Same
Dope,
thing.
Yeah. We should probably do that more often. Same thing. There you go. When I guess to do that, especially since we're eating healthy these days. I don't know if Melo's down for this, but I think we will be doing. I would want to do before and after pictures, in like a couple months. We did take pictures last month, and I feel that me and Melo have been working out very hard, and Melo's been kicking ass. And I feel in a couple months he's gonna be looking good, to post some before and after pictures so everybody can see our hard work. And just a shout out to Jasmine Valdez. If you guys go to my Facebook page, you will see her new song. She came out with a great new song. It's on Spotify. It's beautiful. And I believe her other single comes out in a day and a half. Follow her on Instagram, Jazz. If you want to put your Instagram right there, that'll be amazing.
We'll put it up on the screen for you.
That was a quick halftime shout out to my girl Jazz, an amazing singer. Oh, and my boy Ivan. I know nothing about sports except comments. Hey, that's my boy Ivan. Okay, Ivan, he's also a rapper. You know what? Ivan and Jazz could come out with a dope song together. Ivan's a great writer. Very smart guy. He's graduating law school. He raps. So maybe you guys can link up and do something together. That'll be pretty dope.
Got you right there. So
follow Jasmine Valdez on Instagram. She's a lovely, lovely woman, lovely singer. All right, and now back to the show. Thank you guys for the support. All right, 12 minutes on the clock. On to the next quarter. We are going to start off the third quarter with our Super Bowl recap. Guys, I know this is old news. Why do you want to hear a Super Bowl recap? Because this is the fourth quarter show, and you want to hear our takes on the Super Bowl and how Tom, the GOAT, the best of all time, the best to ever do it, Edwards Brady, did it again. Did it again.
Are you done?
Again.
You want to say it one more time?
What? Tom Brady is... I don't know what else you can say about this man. He won that Super Bowl with his great team and his great coaching staff, but it would not have happened without Tom Brady and everything he did. That's just a fact. The players love him. We got to see the real side of Tom Brady. Go ahead. What did I say? And then I'll recap on the actual game.
I thought we were talking about the game, not Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. The man who has... I mean, when I'm wrong, I will say I'm wrong. He has cemented himself as the greatest of all time, the best of all time. You want to call him a GOAT. You want to call him the BOAT. That is what Tom Brady has made himself. And honestly, I've never really been a big fan. He did what he did. I respect it, but he made a fan out of me. During the Super Bowl boat parade, this man went out there and did not give 3 flying F words. He went out there tossing the Lombardi trophy, making the Karens of the world upset that he's throwing it.
It was beautiful.
He was drunk. He was throwing up the peace sign, the 2.
Daddy, don't throw it. Then he throws the trophy to Gronk and great.
You can tell that he's enjoying himself. And maybe this is the Brady that, was
He's
being
free.
held back for all those years.
He's finally free, man.
And I love seeing that. Like, if one of us won something like that, we'd be acting the same exact way.
Man, it was beautiful.
A line would be holding me up. I would be trying to hold him up. It would just be like that.
I actually have videos from... I thought a regular brunch with me and Melo when he gets drunk, but that's... We didn't win anything. But we just drank, mimosas all day. Typical, brunch in Miami, of course. So if you see me and Melo out at brunch, say what's up to us. We might be intoxicated, looking like Tom Brady, but we'll be having a good time.
You can throw up the 4 for us, and we'll understand that.
So to recap the Super Bowl, Melo, I have a question for you. I really want you to tell the audience. This podcast did a Super Bowl prediction before the season started. Maybe 1 or 2 weeks in. Maybe. But it was for sure in the beginning. And can you tell the audience what this guy predicted for the team to make a Super Bowl and the winner, please?
Oh, God, he's never going to live it down.
I'm just asking So the fans can hear. I mean, I'm pretty sure the fans know who are listening to the show, but I want you to tell them.
So, my lovely co-host over there predicted that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to make the Super Bowl.
I did.
Versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
I predicted that. I knew it because Tom Brady, you finally gave him a team, the players. Tom, who do you want to sign? I don't know. I don't know why organizations just don't do this. Like, yo, if you have Aaron Rodgers, Aaron, who do you want, bro? Who do you need? Quarterback is the most important position. And when you have players like Russell Wilson, when you have players like Aaron Rodgers, just listen to them. I mean, this isn't like. I guess the same can go for basketball. You think the Lakers are telling LeBron James, nah, we don't gotta listen to you. Of course they are. You think the Brooklyn Nets aren't listening to Kyrie and Durant? Of course they are.
Oh, they're listening to Kyrie.
So I don't understand how organizations don't do what they did for Tom Brady. Like, what were the Patriots doing this whole time? Nothing.
And it's why I completely agree with Deshaun Watson wanting to leave.
You know,
they're not listening to him.
Tom Brady beat a top 4 defense in Washington. Then he went and beat Drew Brees. Then he went and beat Aaron Rodgers. Then he went and beat Patrick Mahomes. This is incredible what he was capable of doing. So
Heineken almost beat Tom Brady. Let's just put that out
because
there.
They had a top 4 defense, but Tom Brady still did. Okay, so let's talk about the Super Bowl game. Actually, I'm not gonna go on and beat a dead horse to talk about the Super Bowl like guys have been hearing for weeks, but they did exactly what I thought a team needed to do to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs O-line was depleted. You had one guy retire to go save lives in Canada during COVID. You had 2 other guys get hurt. And it was unfortunate for the Kansas City Chiefs to lose that. But that's not an excuse. You still have probably the top 3 quarterback in the league. And you still have one of the best receivers, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. But the Buccaneers were able to get to the quarterback, and they didn't make the same mistake from the first game by leaving Tyreek Hill alone. They doubled him. They made sure he was taken care of, and Tom Brady took care of business. It was a whole beautiful team win. Tom Brady did his job. The defense did their job. Todd Bowles did an amazing job with the defense, and Bruce Arians just sat back and chilled. It was beautiful.
Bruce Arians got the easiest Super Bowl of his entire life.
He's loving it. He was like, man, I retired 2 years ago. I came back. Look at me.
I was watching Saturday Night Live, and they were doing like a comparison of like if they were interviewing Andy Reid and Bruce Arians. So they had Bruce Arians first, so you see him there with like the hat and everything, and then it's the same chick dressed like Bruce Arians, and then they're like, okay, let's go to Andy Reid, and then she like puts on a mustache, puts on like the visor thing, and I was like, damn, you know what, they do look alike. But honestly, I mean, the Bucs just outplayed him. That defense, if you can give an entire defense an MVP, it probably would have been this defense.
You know what? Yes, I agree.
They did what they had. They got to Mahomes. I agree. And honestly, I mean, the final score was 31-9. The Chiefs didn't even score a touchdown. And
it was embarrassing.
But Mahomes, I mean, the team blew it. Because Mahomes had 2 of the most incredible blown-up plays that I've ever seen in my life. Passes it, and these guys just drop it in their hands. It's like they didn't want to show up. They were like, we're good, with getting here. And I didn't understand that.
I think it was just the unexpectedness of so many passes going to the rest of the team. When you're used to Tyreek Hill always getting the ball and always dominating, that now he's being stopped. The rest of the team now has to dominate, and that's probably a lot of pressure. I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe they didn't have any pressure, but I think some of the guys felt the pressure, which led to drop balls. I still haven't seen Patty Mahomes play good in the Super Bowl. I'm waiting for that. Listen, Super Bowl MVP, last Super Bowl they won, Garoppolo was a pass away from being the Super Bowl champion, and the San Francisco 49ers aren't thinking about letting go Garoppolo, and Patty Mahomes doesn't have a Super Bowl. I'm still waiting for him to have a good Super Bowl.
I know that he won MVP last year, but I didn't think he deserved it. I thought, I think it was...
Game? Or for the year? What do you mean?
No, the Super Bowl MVP.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it should have gone to Williams. I thought his 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter kind of cemented it and brought that comeback. I know it usually goes to the quarterback for some reason. We talked about this off air where also like the Super Bowl, the NFL MVP this year was Aaron Rodgers, but the Offensive Player of the Year was Derrick Henry. But Derrick Henry wasn't even a top 3 considered for MVP. There's something wrong there.
I think they should just give a quarterback award, honestly. I feel you should have the best quarterback in the league, and that'll be the prime. I don't know. I just think it's kind of bull that the only MVP award goes to the quarterback. They're the ones who have the ball every freaking possession. So
do you think Brady then deserved MVP?
Yeah, he deserved MVP just because, like you said, that game, if you were capable to give Todd Bowles an MVP, I would give Todd Bowles the MVP. There's no denying that the defense was a nudge better than Tom Brady. Like this game, for me, it was a total team win because the first half of the game, it was completely dominating. Tom Brady did his job. The Bucs did their job. And this is something that I'm always saying, that I always talk about when you give credit to people. If Tom Brady, if they win 31-30, Tom Brady's looked at, they won because of the offense. If they win 10-8, then you look at it as, it's defense. The defense won. So the way I see it is both of them did their job. They scored 31 points on offense. They stopped them on defense. It was a beautiful team football win. So I don't mind it that Tom Brady got the award when the running backs were kind of all played well. Both running backs were playing well. Both had their stints. You had playoff Lenny doing well. And then you had the defense. Everyone was making plays. The cover, you can give the MVP to the people covering Tyreek Hill. You can give the MVP to the linebackers covering what's the tight end's name? Kelsey. You can even give it to the defensive line who was just dominating, getting sacks. It was just a beautiful team win. But Tom Brady telling Tyrann Mathieu, I'm coming at you all game. All game.
Is that what he said, or did he say something else offensive?
He looked at him, and he goes, I'm the best player on that defense. I'm coming at you all game.
And he did.
Man,
and he made him pay. So, yeah, I'm going to completely agree with you. I do think Tom Brady did deserve it. And for one reason, like I said, you can't really give it to an entire defense. The defense combined played well. Sue had a sack and a half. Gill had half a sack. Barrett had a sack. Winfield had an interception. White had an interception. It wasn't like one player absolutely blew everyone's mind away. And Tom Brady went out, did his job. 21 of 29, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. He did what he had to do.
Honestly, it was perfect by both sides of the ball. And I keep saying that to everybody I talk to. It was a beautiful game plan. Everyone was ready. Winfield Jr. to Tyreek Hill. Let's not forget about that. The frame of mind for Tyreek Hill, for Winfield Jr. to remember to do that at that time, to let him know, by the way, and he should have not gotten a penalty. That's messed up how the NFL now, it's not messed up that they allow dancing. It's awesome. It's more fun. But just to finish this point, it's, they allow the dancing, which is awesome by the offense. But the second a defensive player for a huge stop celebrates right there, that's not a penalty.
I don't think it was either. And honestly, I loved it. And I know I mentioned it before that I was kind of tired of the Chiefs, antics this whole season about, parading like they're the best team here and kind of showboating and doing extra things that they shouldn't be doing. Yep. And if I were on the other team, I would go and, hit them in the mouth, be like, all right, you're going to stop this because you're going to respect me as a player, as a team. Sir. And I'm so happy they did that. I'm so happy Drunk Brady did it as well. He was there with his glasses doing that. Loved it.
You guys know what time it is. I know if you're home, put your 4s up because it's fourth quarter time.
Let's get some 4s in the chat, guys.
Let's get some 4s in the chat. Quarter number 4. What do we start off with? Should we start off with the MVP race, or do we just keep talking about the All-Stars like before?
Let's finish with the reserves and the snubs, and then we'll talk about MVP. So reserves came out today for the NBA All-Star Game, and it's actually next week, so March 7th. You don't want to miss that. And everything's being done in one day for everyone that doesn't know. Before the game, they're doing the the skills challenge and the 3-point contest, and in halftime they're doing the dunk contest.
Is that a Saturday or Sunday? Do you know?
Sunday, March 7th, 6:30.
Do you guys want us to do a special All-Star Game podcast, live special to make the All-Star Game more fun and enjoyable while watching us talk shit about basketball? Think about it. Send us what you think. I will be down to do it. Really, I think that's a pretty good idea. I think we should do that, an All-Star, to make that game at least more enjoyable. Maybe the fans will, people here want to listen to us. That's right. We see the fours in the podcast. Thank you guys. So yeah, let's talk about the reserves. You did the top five. You did I'll do the reserves. The reserves for the All-Star Game West. We have your boy AD Anthony Davis from the Lakers. We have your other boy Paul George from the Clippers. We have my boy Rudy Gobert from the Jazz. We have your boy Damian Lillard from the Blazers. Then we have my boy Donovan Mitchell, Spider, from the Blazers. Then we have my boy CP3, Chris Paul from the Suns, and my pride, I love you, Zion Williamson from the Pelicans. That's pretty good.
They're definitely more balanced. I'm so happy CP3 is getting the respect he deserves.
Yes.
So happy about that. The only one I could have questioned.
He deserves it more than Booker. I'm throwing it out there.
I think so too. The only one that I would question maybe is Gobert. I would have to look at his stats. I didn't know. Averaging 12 and 10 a game or 11 and 10 is impressive.
I know, but his defense and those rebounds is...
Anthony Davis, I know, got there based on, his... They're not impressive, but he's doing good defensively.
We were talking about this. He has all-star numbers, but he's not playing Anthony Davis basketball.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good...
He could be playing better. He was my pick for MVP, and he definitely is.
We talked about it before the year, saying this was AD's year. And now LeBron is stuck trying to... I'm not tired. Yeah, you are.
LeBron's exhausted. How many overtime games has LeBron played without Anthony Davis?
Man,
it's
incredible. All right, and now for the East, our favorite, that's Miami. We have your boy, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics, my other favorite, my MVP. I'm growing this out. He looks like our best friend Eric Rodriguez. Shout out to Penny. He's a father. Shout out to CK Daddy-O. James Harden from the Brooklyn Nets. Then we have Zach LaVine getting some respect. He's from the Bulls. Julius Randle, another guy getting some respect from the Knicks. We have your boy from the 76ers. Ben Simmons made the All-Star game. Then to finish it off, we have Jason Tatum, our boy from the Celtics, and then Nikola Djokovic from the Magic. Tell me, Melo, how you feel about Ben Simmons making the All-Star game. And if anybody is listening who knows about Ben Simmons, let us know. Do you guys think Ben Simmons should have made the All-Star game? Tell me, Melo, what do you think?
If you really think Ben Simmons deserves to be in the All-Star game, I need you guys to tune into the Four Quarters show more often so we can educate you. Because Ben Simmons has no reason to be in this All-Star game. Not over guys like Sabonis. Not over guys like Russell Westbrook. Not over guys like Trae Young even. There's no reason Ben Simmons should be in this game. It's a travesty. I don't understand how he got the votes for people. Like, he must be a nice guy. He must be a nice guy, and they're like, let's throw him a bone. People are picking on poor Ben Simmons. Let's throw him a bone because there's no reason this man should be in there. I mean, his stats are okay, but they're not. Look, I'll read them to you. He's averaging 15.7 points, 8.3 rebounds a game, 7.9 assists. His field goal percentage is 57.2. His 3-point percentage.
That's good.
His 3-point field goal percentage is 16.7.
He shouldn't shoot the 3-ball.
He's shooting that ridiculous. And
I thought he'd been practicing it too.
And his free throw percentage is 67%. Worse than LeBron James. There's no reason he should be in this game, man. I'm sorry. Yes, maybe as a alternate if someone is hurt or something, but no.
No, those aren't bad numbers. It's just that when you have people like Sabonis and Westbrook putting up better numbers, that's where it becomes kind of odd. I think his numbers are good. Having someone 15, 8, and 8 is impressive. But Sabonis is just killing it this year.
Sabonis, 21.5 points per game. 11.6 rebounds. So he's averaging
impressive.
A double-double.
That's impressive.
5.7 assists, 52% field goal percentage.
I agree. Ben Simmons being in the reserves, being an all-star.
Look, I got one more for you.
Go ahead.
Not even gonna throw a name out there. 19.9 points a game, 9.7 rebounds a game, 9.7
Oh, we know
assists
that's
a game,
Westbrook. We know that's Brody.
42% field goal percentage.
That's Brody. But that's where it becomes weird. Is as in, are you voting for
almost
stats?
averaging a
Or you voting
triple-double
for how good are you in your team? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, but then if see there,
Ben Simmons isn't even popular. He's not even dating a Kardashian anymore.
what
Who voted for him? Who's there saying, "Oh, let's vote for Ben Simmons"? I don't understand.
what gets me is when people are like, oh, but the team isn't doing well. Really, the team isn't doing well. So I'm sorry. Let me see.
Which team isn't doing well?
The Wizards. So
Yeah.
why is Bradley Beal a starter if the team isn't doing well?
About time.
It doesn't make any sense. Why is Luka a starter? His team isn't doing well. Like, I think that is such a ridiculous thing to bring up. Oh, but the team isn't doing well. It doesn't matter. What the person is doing is still remarkable. Westbrook is almost averaging another triple-double. Come on, man.
I don't know. It's interesting. Hopefully, it'll be a fun All-Star game. They never really are until the end, where they want to pick it up. But who do you think is the better reserve here? I think it's the East. With Harden, Randall, Levine, Jason Tatum. That's good.
I think those three are big time.
Man, I knew when I picked Harden for my fantasy draft, I picked him at number 6. Melo had 5, and he picked AD, and I was so mad because I wanted AD, and now James Harden is just straight cooking.
I should have
He
gone
is
Harden.
cooking. Every time where I think I'm going to have a losing week, James Harden just comes out with 28 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds. I'm like, my goodness, thank you, Harden, for keeping me alive.
He's a double-double machine or triple-double, man.
Double machine for sure. But yeah, All-Star game should be fun. It's going to be, for all of you who don't know, they switched it a couple years ago where it's not really East versus West players anymore. The top voted player from each division. So the East is Curry. No, the West is
West is
LeBron.
and Durant is the East.
Durant. So they are going to vote for, it's going to be a fantasy draft, and not vote. They're going to draft players from who they want. They're going to draft from first the starters, and then after that, they'll be able to draft the reserve players. And it's actually fun. If you guys tune in, it's fun to watch. We will do our own draft where I will be picking for LeBron James, and Melo will be picking for Durant, and that'll be next Tuesday at 8:30, which is our new time for sure. Every Tuesday at 8:30, that is going to be our time. We follow up what show?
Just Too Sweet Show. Which we have one of those gentlemen tuning in.
Yes.
Mr. Eric Zant.
Thank you for tuning in. By the way, now that I'm healthy and I'm ready to go, I am going to be on his podcast soon once I message him, and I'll make sure to send you that workout I owe you. Sorry I haven't sent it to you yet, but that's coming. I'm going to get you that workout plan, and I want to be a part of the podcast. Maybe we talk about fitness on the podcast. I do love fitness, so that's something I would love to talk to you about.
Just so you know, today's game, the Nets won 127 to 118. They did play the Kings, but James Harden, 29 points.
Oh, there you go. Tell me.
11 rebounds.
Yes. Oh, he got a triple double.
14 assists.
This man, James Harden. God, but he's a reserve. This man is a reserve.
Kyrie, 21. 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 3 steals.
Wow. How many steals did Harden have?
How many steals?
Yeah.
1.
Oh, so he got a steal too. Bro, Harden's amazing, man. But yes, the reserves, other than that, there's nothing much to say about that. Let's talk about the MVP race. Who do you think has it this year? I mean, you picked AD, I picked Luka. Clearly, we're both wrong at this point. Kenny thinks it's gonna be Luka. I'm starting to lose faith in Luka right now. Maybe he has a better second half. They are thinking about trading Porzingis. The Mavericks have Luka, and they have a man named Porzingis.
Who?
Porzingis, the unicorn. They might trade him. Maybe they get a player for Luka and everything changes. But who do you have so far as MVP?
I think the Mavericks are done. They can trade Porzingis for who though? They would need something big, and unless they're able to sign like a Boogie, who he's out there, or maybe Drummond, and then get another key piece. It's gonna be rough for your boy Luka. But at MVP right now, I know a lot of people got one man's name, and he's always in discussion. But I'm not going to give the man who, is leading the league in turnovers that MVP award.
Why? That person we gave it to Harden before, we've given it to Westbrook before.
They weren't leading the league in turnovers. I'm going to give it to a man who has, quieted everyone. He hasn't been hurt this year. If anything, he's been putting the team on his back because, his other number 2 is acting like a number 3 and 4, and his number 3 is acting like his number 3, who's actually playing better, I think, than his number 2. And that is none other than the process, Joel Embiid. He's averaging 30.3 points a game, 11.3 rebounds. He's taking over the team. He's putting the team on his back and going out there. He has the 76ers at number 1, which no one thought that was possible. They thought, man, this team is a bunch of choke artists. They're not going to do anything. Doc goes over there. He changes the culture. He says, Embiid, here you go. You're going to stay healthy. You're going to ride him, especially, with Simmons being a bum. And, Tobias Harris, he's showing up.
Stop
He's doing well.
Stop it.
Tobias Harris is doing well.
I told you we're going to make the not top 10 list. Tobias Harris, Chris Middleton, Van Vliet. All these guys are going to make this list. They're all going to make this list. All right, so fun fact about Embiid. Did you know prior to the season he met up with his doctors and he goes, hey, guys. The quarter's over, but I'll finish the story. He said, hey, guys. I keep getting injured. What do I do? His doctors told him, Embiid, when you fall, stop landing on one part of your body. Fall flat. So next time you watch Embiid go for a layup or a dunk or Embiid falls, watch him fall flat because he told him the impact is on when you fall is better spread out throughout your body than if you hit one part of your muscle. And that clearly has worked. Right now, I have LeBron at MVP. But if they keep losing on a 3-game losing streak, if he keeps losing and he doesn't get a couple big wins in this stretch without AD, I am taking it away from him, no matter what stats he puts in there.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm actually saying LeBron James, and it kind of hurts me because I think that's because I won't disagree with you. That's why. Because I think Embiid really is dominating, which is why it's helped Simmons make the All-Star game at this point.
He made the All-Star game because
that helps. So you see, and that's the reason why Chris Middleton makes the All-Star game so much, because you have someone like Giannis. So then Chris Middleton, but you start figuring out, hey, this guy Middleton fucking sucks. So then he doesn't make the All-Star game anymore. So you have Embiid at MVP. I'm still going to give it to LeBron James. He's 49 years old, putting the team on his back. Schroeder's hurt. AD's hurt. LeBron's playing. Oh, maybe LeBron has so many turnovers because he's playing so many overtimes. Did you put that? How about we divide him? How many? He's probably played a full game in overtimes already. Maybe Absolutely, 2 full games, yes. Man. So I want to give it to LeBron, but I'm not gonna argue with the Embiid one because it really is a toss-up this year. It's a toss-up this year because KD hasn't played enough. Harden's not up there, he's the third. He's the third guy in his team,
which is insane.
No one in the Nets is gonna get it. So Kyrie won't get it either. There's too much of a super team. You have
there's one guy that a lot of people are talking about.
Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard. You know what? He's for me.
Hulu doesn't just have live sports.
I actually like that song, man. They pause it and they go, "Hey, we got to." Well, yeah, I'm not gonna say that, and they bring the whole money stash. Okay, so here we go. If LeBron does poorly these next 2-3 weeks, it's between Dame Dollar and Embiid. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's playing nasty.
And I think since Shaq, there hasn't been a big man win the MVP.
I didn't know that.
Since Shaq.
Center or just big man, power forward or
center? Because LeBron plays forward, so.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because you have LeBron, Kevin Durant.
That's interesting.
So Embiid would be the first one since Shaq to win it.
Man, do you think the lack of big men is because they're all playing football? Or are they just not into basketball?
I think the three-pointer has a lot to do with that.
But no. I think it has to do... I mean, think about it. You're just a big, dominant dude. Just how come we haven't seen there's not... I think they're playing football. I think you have a better chance of making it to the NFL than basketball, so you just go ahead and you play basketball.
That's very true. It is easier to make it.
I just think it's just...
But the league changed. Like you said,
the freak. The league changes, but look how important a big is.
Well, if you have one, absolutely. If
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
stay healthy.
So it's just if you look into it. But all right, that's the end of the 4-quarter show. I hope you got. I mean, wow, that's the end of the 4 quarters. Not the end of the 4-quarter show.
Whoa,
wow,
yeah.
it's been a while, guys. I'm
was
so
gonna say
sorry.
that.
Let me know if I should cut my beard. Should I keep growing? If you guys like it, you not like it, or just should I just leave a mustache? I don't know. Well, you know what time it is.
What time is it?
It's time for OT. It's overtime. OT, OT.
There's never much love when we go to OT.
That's right, everybody. We're going to talk about whatever the hell we want. And also, bring up topics. Bring up something you want to talk about.
Absolutely.
You
guys want to talk about
Knive
something?
and Ivan, his rap music? You want to talk about Jazz and the way she sings in her beautiful voice? You want to talk about a YouTube video you guys saw recently? We'll talk about it. What's our first topic? What are we talking about today in OT?
First topic is recapping. It's 2021. We're actually almost into March. And, you haven't seen us in so long. So kind of want to talk about what's been going on with us.
Yes. I'll start it off. I started off 2021 with a bang. I got sick. I got COVID. And it was really bad. It wasn't one. It's not so Miami. It was really bad. It got my immune system bad. I'm someone that when I get sick, I just get taken down, and I lost my taste, smell. I got fevers. I was in bed for weeks. Now I understand why some of these athletes come back, like Seth Curry, Kendrick Nunn. They came back after, and they just weren't the same for a couple of weeks. It really stays in your body, and it just doesn't go away. You don't feel right. So. I wasn't able to study. I wanted to take the February bar, and I still had it planned. I wanted to study for it, but I couldn't even study because I was getting headaches. I was getting chills. I couldn't focus. You don't have energy because you will get out of breath. I would try to go for walks. Nothing would work until finally, like 2 weeks ago, I started feeling better. I started going to the gym with Melo again. I finally tested negative. That took a month and a half to test negative. And even at the gym, I started noticing slowly. I was trying to build my energy back up, and I couldn't even breathe at the gym. So I couldn't even. I was so down. I couldn't even do the. I didn't want. I couldn't do the podcast either. So I tried to study for the bar again, and then it just hit me. You know what? I don't want to just take this bar with just a couple weeks of studying. It's not an exam you could play with. So it's good and bad news. I decided to postpone the bar for July. The good news that comes with that is I have more time to study. I can, get back to focusing on me, my mental health, and, what I'm going through. And also, Ivan's going to graduate law school in July from FIU. Big ups to him. And I'm going to be able to study with him, and we can take the bar, pass it together, and pop champagne bottles and get it going. So other than that, that's what's been going on with me, and that's the reason for the hiatus. I told Melo do episodes, but he just couldn't do them without me. He loves me so much. So, guys, we're back. We're healthy, and we're gonna keep working out. And every Tuesday at 8:30, I'm gonna keep saying that 8:30 every Tuesday, guys. We're gonna be on. Melo.
So like Align, I also did get sick. However, I did not get COVID. I actually don't know how I didn't get it because we were actually together basically the first 4 days of January, and then we both got sick at the same time. And I got tested. I just had a cough and a sore throat, but I got tested, and I never tested positive. So I'm assuming I just had a common cold. So I was able to pull through that. I mean, I had a cough for a while. Didn't go to the gym not just because I was missing a line, but just because I just was sick. Then I went by myself a couple days, and it was like, wow. Taking 2 weeks off hit my body hard. Been working a lot back at the ships at the port, hoping something happens soon over there. But I got a new gig on Pop Culture Pros under the A to Z program. I am now their producer, where I'm, handling the little things you see behind the scenes on the show, whether it's the little headlines, basically what I do here, looking out for comments, coming up with ideas and stuff for that show, as well as the Just Too Sweet show. I'm there contributing every week as I can. And actually, if I'm not wrong, at the beginning of March, I will also be part of another show and that is going to be a streaming show. And so I've been trying to, dabble more, get myself out there as well, more in the podcast world, in anything I can to, boost myself up there, get that experience on my own.
What's the streaming show you're going to be on?
It's called, I don't want to say this wrong, Stream Wars Pro.
Oh, cool.
So it's going to be like talking about like the stuff for Hulu, Netflix, Amazon for the month.
Oh, streaming. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. All right. I'm glad to hear, Thank you for, Jasmine, thank you for wishing me better. And, both of us, we feel better.
Yeah, and apparently you weren't the only one that also got COVID.
Victoria, I'm sorry to hear about that. I hope you're feeling better. COVID really does suck. So everybody take your medication and stay healthy. Wear your masks.
You get that hand sanitizer. Ask Alain. He doesn't get, anytime Alain gets out of my car
Need some hand sanitizer.
and gets back in, he already knows. I have him trained like Dwight from the office.
That's why I don't understand how I got COVID. We were so clean. He does have me trained like Dwight. It's pretty awful. Literally, I go into the car and I'm like this for the hand sanitizer. So, but yeah, that's our recap, guys. We're really excited to be back on the podcast. We're gonna bring so many new things to the podcast. We're gonna try to make it more interesting, more fun. Maybe change things up if you guys have more topics. I know we're a sports podcast, but I really would love for us to just venture and talk about more different things. Maybe one Tuesday we talk. We have a 4 quarters about something else. Maybe 4 quarters doesn't just have to be a sports podcast. Maybe we could have 4 quarters about music, 4 quarters about movies,
reality TV. The Bachelor is almost ending and all that other stuff.
So I think it'll be really fun. Maybe 4 quarters about politics or 4 quarters about whatever the hell we feel. So talk to us. Let us know what you feel about that. But right now, yes, we are definitely a sports podcast. As me and Melo love debating sports. And you see how riled up he gets me when he talks about Kyrie Irving being
good.
a starter.
The leader, Kyrie.
All right, so tell me, Melo, what do you think about these new trailers that came out? Right now, OT, we're going to talk about movies and trailers. I know we're excited about movies. Post some movies you guys are excited to see this year. 2021 is going to be a big year. HBO Max has been posting movies. We also have Pop Culture Pros has a movie review podcast.
Yes, the Jader and Kyle show. They talk about different movies. They'll talk about a movie every week. They normally announce what it's going to be beforehand, so and if you want, you can watch it and talk about it with them and things like that.
Maybe we bring them on our podcast one of these days on the OT, talk about a movie. I'd love to debate them.
Yeah, and
it'll be a movie debate. That's what we should do.
Tag team. That's movie a good tag team match there.
Oh yeah, Kenny put up Rip, Daft Punk. They're an awesome group. I don't know if you guys ever listened to them, but definitely listen to them on Spotify. They broke up. They came out with a farewell YouTube video. Very sad but beautiful. It was a beautiful video. So farewell to Daft Punk. So back to the movie topic. What do you think about Mortal Kombat? Taking it back, bringing back an old school movie, bringing back the fatalities, the old school games. By the way, that first movie that ever came out is the best one. Nothing's ever gonna beat that movie.
You don't like Annihilation?
Nobody likes Annihilation.
I like Annihilation.
Nobody likes Annihilation.
I think it's funny that in Annihilation they changed Sonya, and then they brought one of my favorite characters to use in the game in that one. It was Jax. I love using Jax, but then I hated in the movie that they're like, Jax's whole thing, his arms are metallic. They're like, oh no, he doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah, they want to make this cool moment where he just takes them off. No, put them back on. That's why you're here.
It's like, how is that making you weaker? It didn't make any sense. But I did see in this one, I'll start off with, I love the trailer. It actually looks exciting. I'm excited for this. Jax's arms in the trailer get obliterated by Sub-Zero.
That's dope. That's not how the original version of it was, though. There's various variations, but that one's cool the way they came up with it now.
So his arms, he can't take off his arms this time. So yes. I'm happy about that.
Well, we'll see. You never know what can happen. He regenerates his arms. And he has a Stephen Harvey mustache. If you guys haven't seen it, he has a Stephen Harvey mustache. It looks amazing. I loved the trailer. It was awesome. I noticed that they had they're going to give Scorpion a story, as in we're going to see his past and how he became Scorpion. Sub-Zero looks like a total gangster. He just looks cool. And the one thing I didn't like was there's a new character. There are so many characters in the Mortal Kombat games. I don't know why they're creating a new character. I'm pretty sure they're gonna put him in the next video game. I guess that's like an idea they have. But I don't understand. I don't understand why they're bringing a whole new character and doing this whole thing. But other than that, the movie looks cool. I feel they're actually staying true to the thing. And I see Melo watching. So here we have Denver Nuggets versus the Portland Trailblazers, and Melo, the first Melo, Carmelo Anthony, he's playing 0000. We have I wish I can actually should I show you. Look, we got the game going on right there. A little behind the scenes for y'all. Look at that. Boom. So it's OT. Anything can happen in OT, guys. Anything can happen in OT.
You know what? I wasn't too much of a fan. I mean, I don't know. I feel like in the first two movies, Liu Kang was like a really major character, and I feel like even in the games he was. But it kind of seems like in this one he's kind of like a side character.
I don't know what they're doing, but I'm excited to watch it. I think it's gonna go straight to HBO Max.
Yeah,
so,
well, they might show it in the movies too. But yeah, HBO Max is gonna be straight out there, just like Tom and Jerry, just like Wonder Woman 1984, which is Alline's favorite movie of 2020.
Stop saying that. Stop saying that. You know what? We should go on the Kyle and Yater show and talk about Wonder Woman 2098, whatever the movie's called. And we had another trailer that dropped. It was the Justice League trailer. Do you think that trailer gave us some justice? Is it back? Is he back? Is this version better than the Josh Whedon version that came out before? What do you think? Or do you think it's going to be a whole bunch of nonsense? It's a 4-hour movie, Mello. Unpopular opinion, Ben Affleck's the best Batman. Go ahead.
And this is why everyone out there needs to listen to me.
No, listen.
That opinion right there.
It's not fair.
Atrocious.
Give Ben Affleck a real script. Give him a real movie. Give him a real director. And Ben Affleck will kill it. He's big. He's built. He looks like Batman. He has that scruffy old look.
Have you seen Ben Affleck?
He's a better looking Batman than the other ones. Listen, he is Batman.
Whoa.
He's my Batman. He's the Batman the people, they don't know what they look. He's the Batman you don't know you want, but he's the one you need.
He's the one that you got stuck with, is what it is.
No,
he's the Batman you had to settle for.
Batman was the best part of that movie. Of the Justice League movies, it was.
No,
Batman
it wasn't.
awesome.
It was, if anything, it was probably the Flash. Second.
He was actually fun. He was definitely a good character. But go ahead. What you were going to say? Tell me.
If we're going by looks, the best looking Batman is none other than George Clooney. So stop it. Stop it.
George Clooney was pretty. You know, I took you for a Val Kilmer type of guy.
That was there, but I don't feel like he got too much time.
They should come out with a Batman Beyond with Ben Affleck as the old Batman, and then bring in a young Terry to be a young kid to be Terry.
I like that idea. See, I wouldn't mind that. See, for me, like he was a good Bruce Wayne. Batman though.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yes. I did like Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne. I think he looks like Batman. I'm with you. I can definitely agree with you.
I don't know. In this Justice League movie, he had a little bit of a gut.
Maybe he didn't look. Maybe he wasn't the best Batman, but I loved his Bruce Wayne, and I feel just having a big Batman was dope. As someone who likes to work out and bodybuild, and the scenes where you had Superman and Batman, those looked cool. Unfortunately, you had DC make these movies.
Yeah, so that's gonna go into my point where DC made this movie, and we still don't have an origin for fucking Flash, for
it's bad when Metal
Cyborg.
Versus.
Like this is awful.
Well,
like
Cyborg's already fired. So.
As much, it's like shit is always gonna be shit, no matter how much perfume you spray on it.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, I'm still not. 4 hours of a movie. Like, come on, man. A lot of people already have ADHD. They're not going to be able to... They're going to have to pause it every 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Like, really think about it. We're going to be here and we're going to be like, oh, great, another Wonder Woman scene. Oh, great, look at this. Cyborg. Oh, look, Superman's back. Like, it's just too much.
Well, they say they're bringing The Martian.
But then you're just making...
They say they might bring Green Lantern. And they have the Joker scenes.
Yeah, and see, that's my thing. You're making a different movie. You're
good. You need to make a different movie.
But this is why I don't feel like it should count, because of essentially you're not making a Snyder cut. You're making a whole nother movie.
We are going to rewatch Batman and Superman in my big new TV.
You want to torture me with that?
70 inches. We're gonna watch it so that we can get ready for the 4 hours of goodness that we're gonna watch.
4 hours.
4 hours. We know what we're gonna have a quarter for every hour of that movie.
I'd rather watch both Wonder Womans.
No way, dude. No way. Actually, okay, Wonder Woman 1 I can watch. Wonder Woman 2, do not have me watch that movie again, bro. Wonder Woman 1 was actually a good. That one could be in the Marvel universe. That was a good movie. That's the best compared to bro, what was her name?
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Wonder Woman 1 is way better than Captain Marvel.
Definitely.
Like, I feel I'm not gonna disrespect Wonder Woman 1 because it was awesome. I'll just say that.
And it came out at the right time.
I'll just say is that Wonder Woman had too many inconsistencies and plot holes in my face. You know, I don't like when it's like so brazen. Like here, oh wait, why is it? You're really gonna do that right now? Come on, that's a little obvious. And we have Victoria saying Marvel versus DC.
Absolutely.
You know what's crazy?
Comparison.
Before the Marvel Cinematic Universe, do you think DC was the most popular one? Like, as in, do you think if we had a debate show back then and we argued Justice League versus Avengers, who would you have picked? Because I think I would have picked the Justice League. Growing up, I remember thinking Batman's dope. Like, I always felt DC had the cooler characters, like the more popular badass characters.
I will say that I don't know if they had the most cooler, but they were more mainstream. Like I remember growing up and you saw, all the Batman cartoons. You had like there was not like an Iron Man cartoon. But it
wasn't popular.
But I'm saying the only one that was really popular.
This loser had an Iron Man toy.
The only one that was really popular was Spider-Man.
Oh, so which variation of it? They had so many. It was awesome.
That's why there was a lot of those. When you had your Batman, you had Batman Beyond, you had Superman. You had I feel like they were more mainstream, and the movies were better. If you go back and look at whatever Thor and Captain America movie these guys made before, or Howard the Duck, those movies were trash.
I hear Batman, the animated series, is making a comeback on HBO. I hear they might make some new episodes, which is a fantastic show if you guys haven't seen it.
Yeah, I hope they followed it up with like how good Batwoman is.
Man, Rotten Tomatoes, stop it. Rotten Tomatoes, stop it. Only because a movie has a good message does not mean it's a good movie. Critics really need to separate this. Yes, a movie has a great message. Say it. This movie has a great message. Do not give it an 88% certified fresh because it has a good message. You're allowed to give a movie with a good message a bad score. It's gotten to it's ridiculous. You go to Rotten Tomatoes and look at Batwoman, and it's an 88% high, and then people are like, "This is 15%. This is a terrible show."
Well, yeah, what he's saying is like the fans. I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's like I don't understand. The show is really, really bad, but it has a great message. Like the first season, you had the first LGBT Batwoman. That's amazing. That's awesome. Kids can see this. Kids can see a different side of Batwoman. And then in this new one, you have the first African American Batwoman. There's a great message to the show. But the shows are just bad. They need new writers. They're messing up a great opportunity, and it's just coming out with this bad product. And Rotten Tomatoes is just like, nah, it's a good message. I'm giving it a good score.
So overall, Batwoman has an 84% average on the tomato meter. That means what the critics rate it, right? All the people that review this. However, the audience score is a whopping 16%.
It's a genuinely bad show, man.
The audience is not enjoying the show. It's a
bad show, and I think they got a third season. It's ridiculous, man.
They did get a third
That's
season.
one thing. Like, Judas and the Priest. Great message, great movie. Batwoman, great message, terrible show. Terrible show. Like, it's just, why are you getting these ratings? It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I haven't had the pleasure of watching Batwoman. I tried watching the first season with Ruby Rose, and I just couldn't get into it.
I did like Ruby Rose in Orange is the New Black.
I did like her there.
Did you ever finish the show? I never finished the last couple seasons.
I did finish it. And
was it a good ending?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think there was part of the ending where
I can't even remember the end. That's how bad the show.
No. There was part of because I remember something with Tasty and thinking that it was gonna go one route and kind of like being like upset about it, but then what they did with her was kind of like rewarding at the same time. The only thing I didn't like about Orange is the New Black after like season 3 was what's this girl? The main character's story. I kind of got bored of her thing after like a while. I forget what her name was. The blonde.
Whatever. For whoever's an Orange is the New fan, Orange is the New Black fan. I wasn't really that big of a fan. The first 4 seasons good, and after that I was like, they can't run out of ideas. You know what? We're gonna have a Justice League review, and I want to bring Kyle and Yater in the show if they're down. I would love
for OT.
I would love to do that. Yes, for OT. I would love to do that.
When does this come out again? Justice League.
Hopefully soon, man. I don't know. How am I the one psyched about this and you're not psyched about this? I really want to see what he did.
Because
you know what I hope? I hope this movie does amazing. I hope this guy, Zack Snyder, saves the DC universe, and all of a sudden they gotta bring back my boy Ben Affleck, the real Batman. Bring back Superman.
I thought he hung up his cape on not Jimmy Fallon. What's this other talk show? Jimmy Kimmel. I thought he hung up the cape.
Yeah,
he retired.
But you know what happens when you hang it up? You put it right back. On. How many times has Superman retired already? What's that guy's name? He's in The Witcher. I forgot his name. Superman.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill.
Yes, Henry Cavill. If you haven't seen The Witcher on Netflix, great show. Hopefully, season 2 comes out soon.
Well, March 18th is when this lovely 4-hour epic is gonna come out.
Set reminder for March 18th. Watching Justice League with Mello. Boom. Justice League with Mello. March 18th. It's happening. Next, we have to finish our superheroes. Spider-Man 3 is being teased by the 3 main actors: Tom Holland, Zendaya. I apologize, and the third wheel.
The third wheel. His name is
his best friend.
Yeah, I don't know his real name. I have it here, but I can't.
So they're trolling each other. Like they're trolling each other.
They're trolling.
Yeah, Tom Holland
everyone.
came out with a picture to go to his Instagram saying, "Oh, Spider-Man, phone home." If you've seen the movies, the original one was Spider-Man: Homecoming. Then the other one was Spider-Man
Far
From Home, and then he just posted what was it? Phone Home. So everyone was like, "Oh, that's the title of the movie." And then the other guy, the one who's a best friend in this movie, posted Spider-Man Homewrecker. And then the third one was
by Zendaya. She put Home Slice.
So
obviously, I feel like that's not going to be the name.
Okay, but I do see a little bit of the green in the titles, which makes me feel the Green Goblin is coming out.
Well, look at whatchamacallit? Because they're all different. So Tom Holland has green in it. Mm-hmm. The one from his best friend has more of a metallic Spider-Man to it, and then Zendaya's is pink. Like when Gwen Stacy becomes Spider-Woman or whatever.
So there's a multiverse and there's going to be a bunch of cool shit happening, pretty much.
Which is, I think, what they might be teasing, that there's going to be all these different multiverses, and this is where we're going to get, like, maybe, the Andrew Garfield and
that's going to be dope.
Tobey Maguire.
I really love to see that. And we've had this debate already about the best Spider-Man, so that's going to be cool.
Holland.
He was my favorite superhero growing up. It was Spider-Man, Batman, and Iron Man. I had Iron Man toy growing up. So when I saw that movie, I was like, that's pretty cool. And look what he did. Robert Downey Jr. became the best superhero of all time, apparently.
He started it all. He started a freaking revolution in Marvel.
He did. And with that being said, we want to start a podcast revolution. I feel let's put Cody up there. Let's see what Cody Tucker has to say. I feel they give Tom Holland's fake info so he doesn't accidentally leak anything.
Absolutely.
That, man, the videos, if you watch YouTube videos on all the mistakes he does, him and the guy who plays the Hulk, both of them are really bad. Sure. Both of them are very bad.
Yeah, you can't tell him anything. The one that I think that is good is Benedict Cumberbatch, I feel like he never releases anything.
So it's funny because they'll put Benedict Cumberbatch with Tom Holland
To try to negate.
So that's pretty funny. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the 4-quarter show. We're glad to be back. Tune in every Tuesday at 8:30. Well, we will recap the sports week and any topics. Hey, if you guys go to our Instagram account and just post a comment, let us know, message us, see if there's any topics, any interesting sports things that you want to talk about, or anything for OT. We're down to talk about it. Do you have any comments?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, you can either go to our Twitter, our Instagram. It's at the bottom of the screen. If you're listening to us, you're not watching us, it is at the number 4 quarters show. So the number 4, QUARTERSSHOW. Or you can go to our personal YouTube page, The 4 Quarters Show. Write us a comment there, whether it's on this video or another video. We're going to be trying to post out a video every week. Every day for the week.
Yeah.
We have this one on Tuesday. Every Tuesday we'll be live. Wednesday we're going to try to post little clips from the show that you might have missed. Maybe you just want to hear us talk again.
Send them to your friends. And there's an interesting, if there is a topic that you really like today, let us know. We will clip it, and then send it to your friends. Let them know. Show them 4 quarters. See if they like us, debating and talking sports or about the OT. Or we will even have a separate section for OT also posted. So, people can listen to it later.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you don't want to listen to our talk sports and you just want to listen to us talk about pop culture things, boom, all you got to do is listen to the OT version of it. Also, don't forget to hit that like and share and subscribe to our YouTube page, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, guys. And as always, as we say here on the 4 Quarter Show before we leave,
thank you for being a part of the change.
And we hope that you leave here with a little bit of more common sense. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. It was great to be back. Love you, man.
Great to be back.